Good Midwest morning, everyone. This is Nicole. Your mobile blog is for toctown.com, and as promised, I have my setup for my stamps for time management. Pretty much anyone can use it, but primarily since I realize a lot of artists are, visual in their thinking as well as their planning, I thought I would share with you a setup that I have with my spiral Canva, no, Canson. You can use it as a canvas, but pretty much it's a student grade um, notebook spiral. And I have the Timber Brown stamp, which I'm going to be using to ink up my stamp. So this is my first time using it, and just to let you know, this pad is kind of stiff, so I'm hoping it's not dried out, but it looks like it's not. So let me do it the reverse way here. So the first time I do an impression, I really like to ink it up a lot, especially if I know the images are, intricate in detail. So let's see how this works, and which is one reason why you can use your, you know, inexpensive paper, the blank page that people are most intimidated by as test runs. See, that came out great, but of course, in the middle, it needs to be a little bit more saturated. Now, mind you, this color came out a lot darker than what I thought is more than black side than on the light brown side, which is good to know. And pretty much I'm only going to be using that stamp for this ink color, so pretty much I don't have to worry about, cleaning it off. See, it's getting a little bit better. And I'm realizing, just true to form, how much space I should have in between, one one stamp and the other, so that way I can just eyeball it or place light pencil lines in between each image. So let me see here. This is image number 3. And mind you, that's a fresh stamp, so pretty much you have to, there you go, finally after the 4th, I think I'll have it right. So, and this is real time, so I'm not editing this. Usually I will edit out, some of the parts that I don't really need or are not necessary to telling the planner story. So here we go. Let's see if this last one works. So this can represent, the spring, winter, fall, summer seasons, whichever I want. Still, oh my goodness. Okay, let's try a couple more times. I'm going to really press down hard in the middle, since that's the hardest part to get inked up. Alright, so far I'm already into almost my mid mark of 5 minutes, so I want to get this done before IGTV decides to cut me off. Let me see if pressing in the middle helps. Yes, it does, and it also gets on the edges as well. So let's do this one final time, just for video's sake, to let you know that inking and stamping is not just, try once and done, but you actually have to attempt several tries before the quote unquote perfect image happens. And then you can do your camera ready images. So let's see. Only pressing in the middle this time to the outside. Not pressing on, well, I can, because the bottom does have that line here on the stamp. And let's see. Better than the images before, but I'm going to cut it off there. So I don't know why that middle part is not inking up. So let's try it couple more times. I have a few more minutes. But I love the image that it does give. Wow. That's even less than before. Okay, what's going on here? It usually doesn't take this long with stamps that I've used in the past, and I have used, wooden stamps, so maybe the rubber that they chose to carve this with. So I'm just going to give it one more time, and if it turns out, different, then I'll just include a photo image. Let me stamp this hard because this thing seems dry as well. You hear how hard? Let me just even rub that. Okay. I didn't prep the stamp in any way either. So, last and final image. Pressing down on middle as well as all the edges and four corners. So, that's why it's good to practice on just, there you go. On this kind of paper. So, I think rubbing it was the technique that made this stamp, that much even better as far as giving a good final image. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this protective inner cover on there. They said not to discard it. So, okay, my first 6 months of 2022 will be ready. More than enough time. Alrighty, so if you have any questions, let me know. I am Nicole. Your mobile blog is for toctown.com. Until we meet online or traveling face to face, be blessed.